Hello. Okay, so I am going to be working with the Detail Hack Brush tonight, and I want to just focus on contour. I know that some people have issues with really getting the hang of contour, and I want to show you how easy it is with Seint 3D makeup. I have tried contour in many different brands and like powders I just have never been able to master. So I'm going to be using my my Detail Hack brush. Most brushes you can do contour with, but this is the brush that if you are really struggling with contour, I highly recommend this brush. And the reason why is that this side of the brush fits the areas that you're going to be doing contour. So it literally fits perfectly in those areas. Any area that you want to do contour, this brush fits perfectly. You don't have to try to mimic with other brushes. You might try to mimic this brush. So we're gonna start out with the bigger side of the brush. I'm using Astoria Contour, and I'm just gonna get some on my brush, and I'm just kind of dabbing it back and forth in the product. Make sure your products are creamy. I'm not super sure mine are. And I'm just going to put this product right underneath my cheekbone. And if you are new to contour in general, you may be wondering what contour does. So once I get that blended out, it's going to look like a shadow. That's why you don't really want to have any harsh lines. And it's going to make your face appear thinner. It's going to make your nose appear thinner, your forehead a little bit smaller, conceal double chins. So contour can do a lot of things. We got a little bit more on our brush, and we're just gonna take it on the top of our forehead. And I like to connect these lines. That is an optional step, but that's what I like to do. Then we're gonna take a little bit more and put it under our jawline. So when you are trying to contour your jaw, you don't want to bring it down this area right here. So just bring your contour, you can bring it under your jaw, but just kind of brush it back when you are blending it. Okay? So I like to bring my contour on my forehead about to the middle. If you need to add a little bit more, you can. And I'm just lightly kind of like stippling this brush on my face where the contour is to start blending. And you can start to see that they're gonna start looking like shadows rather than just these harsh lines on my face. So I'm gonna kind of show you one side. We're gonna get a little bit more on our brush. I'm gonna use the smaller side of the brush because I'm going to do my nose. And I'm going to just make a line on the top of my nose. Okay? So you can see that that line is there. I'm going to make it a little bit darker, so I'm just building it up. So if you want to make your nose appear smaller, your lines are going to be closer together. If you want your nose to appear a little bit wider, your contour lines are going to be further apart. Okay, so now you can kind of see you have that nice shadow right there, nice shadow on our forehead. So let's do the other side. And this brush also makes contour super quick. And cream makeup, everything is so easy to blend that you really can't mess it up. And you want to bring it to about the corner of your eye. If you get it a little bit too far, don't worry about it because it's going to blend when you apply your other colors. And you can see I'm blending it right here, not right here. So that will create those natural shadows right there. So now I'm just gonna show you the other side of the brush when I do my nose contour. So when I did this line, I used the smaller side. Now I'm gonna use this side. that makes a perfect line. I like to go around this little ball on my nose to really thin that out. And then what I would do now is I would go to my cleaning tile, which is in one of these compacts right here. And I'm gonna clean off my brush really well. And I'm just gonna take, so there's nothing on my brush right now, and I'm just kind of making a line to make sure there's no makeup right in the middle of my nose. So we have our contour all on our face. Let's go ahead, we can start blending it if we want. You can always blend your contour up, just don't blend it down on your cheeks. See how that's looking like a shadow rather than a harsh line. You can also contour your lip. So I'm using the smaller side of the Detail Hack. And you see how you have that nice shadow, and you can always thin it out when you apply your other colors. Okay, if you want to do the top of your lip, my lips are small, so I can't do it with that brush, but this is the multitasker, and it's super easy to apply with this brush. You're just gonna follow that natural shadow. Okay? All right, so now that we have our contour on, we're gonna go ahead and we are going to move to our brightener. I'm gonna stick with the same brush. I am using linen. I'm gonna get some of that on my brush. And apply it right there under my eye and about to the end of my nose. This is really gonna help brighten those areas. And then we're gonna take, well, actually just use the same brush. This smaller side and lightly go in between your contour lines. You wanna make sure that you don't combine the two, your contour and your accent highlight, because it will, if your accent highlight, because it's so light, it will take away from the contour. So now I'm just going to blend this in, and I'm just patting the product in. You see that nice shadow? Nice shadow right there. So it now gives me the, you the illusion that my cheeks are a little bit slimmer. You can kind of, I don't want to say sunken in, but they look a little bit more chiseled, and my forehead looks smaller. Now for my nose contour, I'm just going to take the side of the brush and lightly blend out. Now sometimes I like to blend out my nose contour before I blend or put on my accent highlight, because I sometimes blend the colors. It's very easy to do. So if that's you, just blend out your nose contour and then put your accent highlight on. Okay, so you see that? That now makes my nose look much slimmer than it actually is. Okay, so just make sure everything is blended. We are now gonna add some cheek color. And I'm going to use Black Cherry. I'm gonna start with the smaller side, make sure that was blended, of my Detail Hack brush, the only brush we've used. And I'm just gonna kind of place it right there. Do not let the color of the tin scare you. This is so pretty, and this is the tin for it. So it looks really scary. I'm just gonna take the bigger side of the brush and kind of feather that back. Just a teeny bit. Right over the contour. Okay, look at that. So pretty. Blends out perfectly. Okay. All right, now we're going to use the multitasker brush, and we are going to do our lips. And then we're gonna go over them just with a little bit of Desert Sunset. I'm sorry, it's Summer Love. It's so pretty. Okay, so we're getting close. You see that beautiful chisel there? That's what your contour is going to do. You see how it gets darker and then lighter? Again, that's what your contour is going to do. So if you wanted to go ahead and add bronzer or illuminator, now's the time to do it. I'm gonna go ahead and set mine, which is going to keep my makeup in place all day. It's also gonna take away this dewy finish. I prefer a matte finish. If you like the dewy finish, you probably want to resort to a spray rather than a powder. And you want to let this sit on your face for like 3 to 5 minutes. I'm obviously not going to do that for the purposes of this video, but then when you are done letting it sit, take it and kind of brush it in the areas you didn't set, which are normally your contour areas. And that's it. That is 3D makeup.